but I think the baseline that we can take from here is the development has a prefix that we can put to it, which is called sustainable. And if you can just focus on sustainability, sustainable development in almost everything that we do today, everything that we plan today, I think that is really achievable, because some of the key areas that we focus on, and thankfully, because the Chief Minister, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray, is an environmentalist himself, a wildlife lover himself, a photographer himself, we really have focused on balancing environment with development. For example, I'll give you an example again of 2020, because that again is a very crucial year for us. We faced one of the toughest COVID challenges, also because we were counting our cases very openly, very transparently, very accountability. So I guess one of the first things that can be noticed in Maharashtra is investment in the state from various industries, right, from data centers to manufacturing industries, has been to the tune of almost 1,13,000 crores. Now that has been a huge achievement for Maharashtra, because we attracted the maximum foreign investment and maximum local investment into Maharashtra in a year of COVID, where things were almost hopeless as they could be for the industry. And we were wondering whether industry would revive again, when would it revive, and things like that. Along with that, we've had infrastructure work that's gone on constantly. We've never stopped a single day on infrastructure work. Wherever we had workers available, wherever we had workmen available, we've put in all those work hours, and we've gone ahead with the infrastructure project. So if I have to mention a few, the Mumbai-Nagpur highway, the Chipi airport in Sindhudurg, the Mumbai Trans-Harbour link, which is going across actually a small bay. Then you also have the coastal road. You also have the coastal road north, and you have the Goregaon-Mulund link road. You've got a lot of flyovers and a lot of road works, dam works going on across the state that have never stopped even through the pandemic. But what can be really of great hope out here is the environment. And like I said, when we speak of balancing it, while our metro works were going on, and Sanam briefly mentioned about the Metro 3 issue, which was about the car shed, which we led a protest for a couple of years ago, I think 2 or 3 years ago, we moved it from RA into another location. And actually that's given us the benefit of not just the environment, but the viability of the project has gone up from just ferrying about a lakh of people, 100,000 people a day, to almost attaching a crore of people across the entire MMR through one nodal point if we move it to the desired location that we want to move it from. So it saves the environment and gives us an added advantage of mobility. But going further, last year, we declared almost 329 hectares of a forest, 800 acres that is, of a forest in a city like Mumbai, which is bustling with people, which is ever growing. And you give us an inch and we'll grow a foot in that area. So that is the speed that Mumbai runs it. So, we really added that. We've added 10 conservation reserves. We added 2 more sanctuaries, making it to 50 in national parks and sanctuaries. I guess we've also focused, because what happens largely is when we speak about the environment and protecting our forests, we speak and tend to focus on the rural areas and the forest areas. We never speak about the urban areas. And we've launched a thing called urban thickets and urban forests. So with almost all our municipal wards coming together, Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur, Nasik, Thane, all these cities, be it Tier 1 cities, Tier 2 cities, we've launched a project called Urban Forestation. So wherever we have space that is lightly green, mildly green, we're adding urban thickets to Mewaki plantation. So I'll give you an example. Mumbai, for example, would have almost 300,000 trees planted by June this year. Many more cities would follow in. Last year, we've started this competition on Gandhi Jayanti, that's 2nd October, called Maji Vasundhara, which basically means my planet. And we're focusing on 5 areas of the environment, the 5 elements of nature. And we have brought in all our district collectors, the entire government machinery, to work on self-auditing and self-working on our carbon footprint. Because as governments, what we tend to do when we speak about climate change or carbon footprints is we tend to preach to the world about how you should move to EVs, how you should plant more trees, how you should not waste electricity or water. But we don't look at us internally as the government. So we've started auditing our own offices. We've started auditing our own travel distances. Can we do more video conferences? Can we move to EVs? Can we really build an ecosystem for electric mobility that is not being powered by coal, but by solar energy or renewable energy? So all these systems are being put in place. And by 5th of June this year, we would have a better picture in terms of actions that have gone in. I'm not saying the results will be out or results can be seen or felt within a span of a year. But if you go around Mumbai, I can take you to places of Pune, where we're working on carbon neutral cities, where our urban thickets are growing at a greater speed because of this new plantation method called Miyawaki. Two more examples I'd like to give you in terms of balancing infrastructure and development along with environment. The Mumbai-Nagpur highway, which actually connects most of our districts in the state of Maharashtra, will be a huge connectivity boon for us. We're also getting 24 cities along it, planned new cities, greenfield cities. I was chasing the department with a funny, radical idea, but it's turned out to be coming out well. The idea was to solarize the highway, and I was pushing for it since 2016. The other day, I met the MD of the project, and he's conveyed to me that almost 230 megawatts of solar energy would be generated from solarizing that highway, and we're going ahead with that. The Mumbai-Pune highway is through a catchment area of extreme high monsoon because of going through the Western Ghats and Sahyadris, and it is also a solar catchment area. So we're putting solar energy there as well, plus rainwater harvesting, creating another reservoir of water for probably areas around. One of the dams, the Middle Vaitana Dam, we're going for electrification through the dam. And of course, it was made to supply water to the city of Mumbai. But this year, we're about to go for the foundation laying ceremony very soon. We're raising about 40 megawatts of electricity through hydel energy and 80 megawatts of energy through floating solar energy on the dam. If that works, we'll go for all our dams to have floating solar energy. So I think these are some of the things that we're really working on and balancing our environment with development. And finally, it comes down to human habits. And one of the things that gives me hope is really that most of our people are realizing what climate change is, not as a concept probably as climate change, but again, whatever is happening around, they're feeling it's not right. Something is changing. Something has changed in the weather patterns. So we start off with awareness drives. We start off with campaigns